Before we start, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Only 2% are subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers, I'll be posting a special video. In the distant future, the galaxy was a vibrant and interconnected hub of civilization. The Galactic Federation, an assembly of diverse alien species, had a thriving educational program where students from various planets would engage in cultural exchange. This program, known as the Intergalactic Student Exchange Initiative, ICI, was renowned for fostering interspecies understanding and cooperation. The latest cohort of bright, eager students was preparing for an ambitious mission to explore Deathworlds, planets that were notoriously dangerous yet held unique ecosystems and challenging environments. The GSF Curiosity, a sleek, cutting-edge spaceship designed for exploration and research, was tasked with this daring mission. The vessel was commanded by Captain Zara, a composed and sharp-witted Zolpith, whose reputation as an expert explorer was well known across the Federation. Zara's luminescent blue skin, sharp eyes, and long, elegant antennae made her a striking figure. Her experience with treacherous terrains and formidable species made her the perfect guide for the young students about to embark on a challenging adventure. The students aboard the Curiosity represented various planets, each bringing unique skills and perspectives. Among them was Laura, a bright and curious Elthian with a natural affinity for technology, and Varric, a Tentulian known for his insatiable curiosity and love of biology. The ship buzzed with anticipation as the students prepared for their journey. The Deathworld they were to explore was none other than Earth, a planet famed for its unpredictable environments and formidable wildlife. As the ship glided through the cosmos, Captain Zara addressed the students. "You are about to embark on a journey unlike any other," she said, her voice steady and commanding. "Earth is a Deathworld categorized as highly dangerous, but it is also a planet of extraordinary beauty and diversity. Your mission is to learn, to explore, and to survive. Remember, the key to success on a Deathworld is respect, for the environment, for the creatures, and for each other." The students listened intently, a mix of excitement and nervousness etched on their faces. The idea of exploring a Deathworld thrilled them, but the tales they had heard about Earth's dangers were daunting. As the Curiosity approached Earth, the students gathered around the ship's observation deck, marveling at the vibrant blue and green planet. The sight was mesmerizing, a stark contrast to the barren landscapes of many other Deathworlds. As the ship entered Earth's orbit, Captain Zara initiated the landing protocol. The chosen landing spot was the dense Amazon rainforest, one of Earth's most vibrant and diverse ecosystems. The rainforest's lush greenery and towering trees captivated the students. As the ship touched down, the students quickly prepared for their first adventure on Earth. Stepping out of the ship, the students were immediately enveloped by the humid air and the cacophony of sounds from the jungle around them. The vibrant colors and rich smells were overwhelming. Laura, with her keen interest in technology, immediately began scanning the environment, fascinated by the sheer variety of life forms. Varric, on the other hand, was already examining a brightly colored frog perched on a nearby leaf. Captain Zara, ever watchful, quickly intervened. "Careful, Varric," she warned, her eyes narrowing as she observed the frog. "That's not a pet, that's poison." The students quickly realized that Earth was not just beautiful, it was unpredictable and dangerous. As they moved deeper into the forest, the students marveled at the diverse flora and fauna. They encountered vibrant birds, curious monkeys, and an array of insects. The forest was teeming with life, and the students were in awe. However, they soon noticed something odd. The forest had gone silent. The seasoned captain knew what that meant. Predators were near. As they cautiously moved through the underbrush, they came face to face with a lurking jaguar. The sleek, powerful cat eyed them hungrily. The students, despite their advanced technology, quickly realized how ill-equipped they were against Earth's stealthy hunters. In a tense standoff, Captain Zara used her plasma flare to scare the jaguar away, leaving the students awestruck by the raw danger around them. Relocating to a safer area, the group set up camp. As night fell, they experienced the other side of Earth's unpredictable nature, a violent tropical storm. The downpour was relentless, and lightning flashed ominously. A massive tree fell, nearly crushing their equipment. The students banded together to protect their shelter from the elements, showcasing their adaptability and teamwork. The realization began to dawn on them. Earth was as harsh as it was beautiful. The first day on Earth had been an eye-opener. The students, who had arrived with excitement and anticipation, were now wary and alert. They had learned a valuable lesson. On a Deathworld, complacency could be fatal. Captain Zara commended the students for their resilience and reminded them that this was just the beginning of their journey. The real challenges were yet to come. The students settled in for the night, exhausted but eager for what lay ahead, knowing that they had only scratched the surface of Earth's formidable and awe-inspiring nature. As dawn broke over the Amazon rainforest, the students aboard the GSF Curiosity woke up to the chorus of exotic birds and the sight of sunlight filtering through the dense canopy. The air was thick with moisture and the rich sense of vegetation, a stark reminder of the vibrant ecosystem they were now part of. After the previous day's excitement, they were keen to explore more of Earth, the legendary Deathworld. The students gathered for a briefing, their faces a mix of excitement and wariness. Captain Zara, as always, stood confidently at the helm. Today, we will explore deeper into the jungle and learn more about this unique habitat, she said, her voice steady and authoritative. Remember, the key to survival here is respect and caution. Laura, the bright Elthian with a passion for technology, had spent the night reviewing data from her scans. "Captain, the diversity here is incredible," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement. "There are so many unique species, some of which we've never encountered before." Varric, the curious Tentulian, was equally eager. "I've read about Earth's flora and fauna, but seeing them in person is astonishing," he said, adjusting his translation collar. The group set off, moving cautiously through the dense jungle. The forest was alive with sounds and movements. They encountered vibrant toucans, curious monkeys, and an array of insects. Each sighting was a reminder of Earth's unique biodiversity. However, the group remained vigilant, recalling the dangers they had faced the previous day. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a clearing with a breathtaking view. Below them lay a wide river, its waters glistening in the sunlight. "This is the mighty Amazon River," Captain Zara explained, her voice tinged with awe. "It's one of the longest rivers on Earth, and home to countless species." The students were captivated by the view, but their admiration was interrupted by a sudden, eerie silence. The jungle seemed to hold its breath, and Captain Zara's eyes narrowed. "Stay close," she ordered, her voice tense. "Something's not right." As they cautiously moved forward, the students suddenly found themselves face to face with a massive anaconda, its eyes gleaming with predatory intent. The students froze, realizing they were in the presence of one of Earth's formidable predators. The snake lunged, and the students scattered, their training kicking in. Captain Zara, with her characteristic calm, fired a warning shot, scaring the snake away. The encounter left the students shaken, but also exhilarated. They had faced one of Earth's legendary predators and lived to tell the tale. "This planet truly lives up to its reputation," Varric murmured, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and admiration. Continuing their journey, the group encountered more of Earth's remarkable wildlife. They observed colorful birds, playful otters, and even a distant herd of tapirs. The students marveled at the beauty and diversity around them, but they remained cautious, knowing that danger lurked in every shadow. As the sun began to set, the group returned to their camp, their minds buzzing with the day's experiences. The students shared their thoughts and impressions, their excitement tempered by a newfound respect for Earth's dangers. "We've only been here for a day, and already this planet has challenged us in ways we never imagined," Laura said, her voice tinged with awe. Captain Zara listened to her students, her expression thoughtful. "Earth is a death world, but it is also a world of incredible diversity and strength," she said. "You've begun to understand what it means to survive here. But remember, this is just the beginning. The true test of a death world is its unpredictability. Always be prepared for the unexpected." As the students settled in for the night, they reflected on their journey so far. They had come to Earth with excitement and curiosity, and now they understood why it was called a death world. But they also realized that it was a planet of extraordinary beauty and resilience, and they were eager to explore more. The night was alive with the sounds of the jungle, and the students drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the adventures yet to come. The challenges they had faced had only strengthened their resolve. They were ready to embrace the dangers and wonders of Earth, the legendary Deathworld. The GSF Curiosity cruised through the atmosphere, its sleek reflective exterior glinting in the sunlight as it descended toward the sprawling canopy of the Amazon rainforest. Inside, the alien students and their fearless captain Zara prepared for their first ground expedition on Earth. The ship's interior buzzed with anticipation and nervous excitement. The students had heard stories about Earth's deadly challenges, but now they were about to experience them firsthand. Captain Zara stood at the helm, her gaze steady as she surveyed the planet below. "Remember," she said, her voice resonating with authority, "Earth is a death world. Everything here is a potential threat. Stay alert and stick together." The students nodded, a mix of eagerness and trepidation on their faces. As the ship touched down, the students were immediately enveloped by the sensory overload of the jungle. The humid air clung to their skin, thick with the earthy scent of vegetation and the chorus of unseen creatures. The vibrant colors and diverse textures of the rainforest dazzled them. Laura, the tech-savvy Elthian, immediately activated her scanning device, her eyes wide with wonder. Varric, the curious Tentulian, was already examining a brightly colored frog perched on a leaf. He leaned in closer, fascinated by the tiny creature's vibrant hues. "Be careful, Varric," Captain Zara warned, her eyes narrowing as she observed the frog. "That's not a pet, that's poison." Varric quickly backed away, a mixture of awe and fear on his face. As they moved deeper into the forest, the students marveled at the myriad of life around them. They encountered vibrant parrots, curious monkeys, and an array of insects. The forest was alive with movement and sound, and the students were in awe. But as they ventured further, they noticed something odd. The forest had gone silent. Captain Zara's senses were on high alert. "Stay close," she ordered, her voice tense. "Predators are near." Suddenly a jaguar leapt out of the shadows, its sleek, powerful body poised to strike. The students froze, their eyes wide with fear. The jaguar's eyes gleamed hungrily, and the students realized they were facing one of Earth's most formidable hunters. In a tense standoff, Captain Zara fired her plasma flare, scaring the jaguar away. The students let out a collective sigh of relief, their hearts racing. "We need to be more cautious," Captain Zara warned, her voice stern. "This planet is unforgiving." The students nodded, their faces pale with shock. They realized how ill-equipped they were against Earth's stealthy predators. The group relocated to a safer area and set up camp. As night fell, they experienced a new side of Earth's unpredictable nature, a violent tropical storm. The downpour was relentless, and lightning flashed ominously, illuminating the dark sky. A massive tree fell, nearly crushing their equipment. The students worked together to protect their shelter from the elements, showcasing their adaptability and teamwork. The realization began to dawn on them. Earth was as harsh as it was beautiful. The first day on Earth had been an eye-opener. The students, who had arrived with excitement and anticipation, were now wary and alert. They had learned a valuable lesson. On a death world, complacency could be fatal. As the storm raged on, the students huddled together, reflecting on the day's events. They were exhausted but exhilarated, eager for what lay ahead. Captain Zara commended them for their resilience and reminded them that this was just the beginning of their journey. "The true test of a death world is its unpredictability," she said, her voice steady. "Always be prepared for the unexpected." The students nodded, their faces determined. They were ready for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that Earth was a planet of incredible beauty and danger. As they settled in for the night, the jungle came alive with the sounds of the storm, and the students drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the adventures yet to come. The dawn after the storm brought a bright and clear day to the dense Amazon rainforest. The students, still recovering from the previous day's events, gathered around the camp, reflecting on their initial experiences on Earth. The towering canopy of trees created a shaded sanctuary, and the air was filled with the rich aroma of wet earth and vibrant foliage. The sounds of life returned to the forest, and the students began to understand the rhythm of the jungle. Captain Zara, their steadfast leader, assembled the group for the day's briefing. "Yesterday you learned an important lesson about Earth," she began, her voice calm but firm. "This is a place where you must always be on alert. The dangers here can come without warning. Today we'll venture deeper into the forest. Stay vigilant, and remember, respect is key." Laura, the Elthian, was eager to test her new scanning equipment after the storm. "Captain, I've detected a fascinating area ahead, teeming with life," she reported, her eyes bright with anticipation. "It looks like a prime location for study." Varric, ever curious, was excited to continue exploring. "I want to see more of Earth's incredible fauna," he said, adjusting his observation goggles. "This planet is like nothing I've ever imagined." The group set off, moving cautiously through the lush undergrowth. The forest was alive with the sounds of birds and insects, and the students were captivated by the vibrant colors and diverse wildlife around them. They encountered colorful butterflies, curious sloths, and even a family of capuchin monkeys chattering loudly from the treetops. The beauty of the rainforest was mesmerizing, but Captain Zara remained cautious, scanning the surroundings with a vigilant eye. As they ventured further, they entered a darker, more foreboding part of the forest. The canopy grew denser, blocking out much of the sunlight. The air was thick with humidity, and the forest fell eerily silent. The students felt a chill, sensing that something was amiss. Captain Zara's eyes narrowed as she looked around. "Stay close," she ordered, her voice tense. "Predators are near." Suddenly, a group of large black jaguars emerged from the shadows, their sleek, muscular bodies blending seamlessly with the darkness. The students froze, fear etched on their faces. The jaguars moved silently, their eyes gleaming with a predatory hunger. The students realized they were facing one of Earth's most formidable hunters. Captain Zara, calm and composed, slowly raised her plasma flare. In a tense standoff, she fired into the air, startling the jaguars and driving them back into the shadows. The students exhaled a collective sigh of relief, their hearts pounding. They had narrowly escaped a dangerous situation, and the experience left them shaken, but also exhilarated. "We need to be more careful," Captain Zara warned, her voice stern but reassuring. "This planet is unforgiving, and we must respect its dangers." The students nodded, their faces pale with shock. They understood now that even in the safety of daylight, Earth's predators could strike without warning. The group quickly moved to a safer area and set up camp. The encounter had left them rattled, but they were also in awe of the jungle's raw beauty and danger. As they settled in, the forest gradually returned to life, and the students began to relax, reflecting on their narrow escape. "That was intense," Varric said, his voice shaking slightly. "I didn't realize how dangerous Earth could be." "Now you see why it's called a Deathworld," Laura replied, her voice filled with a mix of fear and admiration. "But it's also incredibly beautiful." As night fell, the group gathered around the campfire, discussing their experiences. They shared their fears and their excitement, bonding over the shared challenge of surviving on a Deathworld. Captain Zara listened to her students, her expression thoughtful. "You faced one of Earth's greatest dangers today," she said, her voice filled with pride. "You've learned that survival here requires respect and caution. But you've also seen the beauty of this planet. Always remember that balance." The students nodded, their faces reflecting a newfound respect for Earth's unpredictable nature. They were determined to continue exploring, but they knew they had to remain vigilant and cautious. As they drifted off to sleep, the jungle came alive with the sounds of the night, and the students dreamed of the adventures yet to come, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them on this legendary Deathworld. The morning after their narrow escape from the jaguars, the students of the GSF Curiosity awoke to a heavy, humid air and the relentless buzz of the Amazon's smaller, yet just as formidable inhabitants, insects. The atmosphere in the camp was one of subdued contemplation as the group prepared for another day of exploration in the unforgiving jungle. Captain Zara, ever vigilant, reminded her charges of the necessity of constant alertness. Today's plan was to head towards a previously unexplored region rich in plant life, as detected by Laura's scanning equipment. "We're looking for new specimens," she explained, her eyes scanning the dense foliage. "The diversity here could hold untapped scientific knowledge." As they trekked deeper into the forest, the air grew thicker, and the light dimmed beneath the towering trees. The students, led by Varick's enthusiastic guidance, collected samples of unusual plants, their protective gloves guarding against hidden thorns and potentially toxic sap. The sounds of the jungle were a constant companion, a reminder that they were not alone in this lush wilderness. Suddenly, the tranquility was shattered by a loud cracking sound. The group froze, scanning the surroundings. A massive tree, its trunk weakened by a recent storm, began to topple dangerously close to their location. Reacting swiftly, Captain Zara commanded, "Move, now!" The students sprinted to safety, barely escaping as the tree crashed down where they had been moments before. Breathing heavily, they regrouped, shaken by the close call. "This planet doesn't let up, does it?" remarked Varick, trying to lighten the mood, but his voice betrayed his unease. "No, it doesn't," Captain Zara replied seriously. "And that's why we must remain cautious at all times. Earth's environment is as dynamic and unpredictable as its wildlife." Deciding to set up a temporary research station away from the fallen tree, the students and Captain Zara spent the remainder of the day analyzing the collected plant samples. Laura's equipment identified several species with medicinal properties, adding valuable data to their mission's scientific goals. As the day drew to a close, the weather shifted dramatically. The sky darkened, and winds began to whip through the treetops. A storm was approaching, and this time it looked to be even more severe than the last. "We need to secure the camp," Captain Zara ordered. "This storm could be dangerous. Everyone, take down any loose items and double-check the shelters." The students scrambled to prepare, tying down equipment and reinforcing their temporary shelters against the impending weather. The wind howled, bringing with it a torrential downpour that tested the integrity of their preparations. Throughout the night, the storm raged around them. Lightning illuminated the sky, and thunder echoed through the forest. The students huddled in their shelters, witnessing the raw power of an earth storm. It was a stark reminder of their vulnerability on this planet. In the early hours of the morning, the storm finally abated. The students emerged from their shelters, weary but unharmed. The forest around them was transformed, with new streams formed by the rain and debris scattered across the forest floor. Captain Zara surveyed the scene with a grim expression. "This is what it means to be on a Deathworld," she said, addressing her crew. "The challenges are relentless, but so are the opportunities for learning and growth. Today you've all shown great resilience. Let's clean up, assess any damages, and continue our mission. Each day is a test of our abilities and our determination to overcome." Motivated by their captain's words, the students set about restoring their camp with renewed vigor. The storm had been a trial, but it had also strengthened their resolve. They were beginning to understand the true nature of Earth, a planet of extreme beauty and extreme danger, demanding respect and resilience from all who dared to explore its depths. The Amazon rainforest, lush and verdant, had become both an inspiration and a harrowing challenge for the alien students and their leader, Captain Zara. After the violent storm, they faced a new day with a mix of trepidation and determination. The air was thick with moisture, and the sun, when it peeked through the dense canopy, was unrelenting. Despite the previous day's trials, the team was determined to push forward. Their destination was the legendary Amazon River, a colossal body of water teeming with life and potential dangers. The river was vital to the rainforest's ecosystem, but it was also fraught with hazards. "We need to cross the river to reach the next sector of our research area," Captain Zara informed the group, her antennae twitching as she studied the map. "This will be our most challenging test yet. Stay alert." The students nodded, a mix of excitement and apprehension on their faces. They had faced Earth's predators and storms, but crossing the Amazon River would be a new kind of test. Laura, the tech-savvy Elthian, activated her drone to scout the river's width and current. "Captain, the river is wide and fast today," she reported, her face pale. "We'll need to build a sturdy raft to get across." The team set to work, using their advanced tools to cut down logs and construct a makeshift raft. The jungle's oppressive heat and the ever-present threat of insects made the work challenging, but they persevered, knowing this was their only way forward. With the raft completed, the team pushed it into the river. The current was strong, and the students quickly realized how daunting this crossing would be. "Stay together and keep balanced," Captain Zara instructed, her voice steady but cautious. As they floated down the river, the students were captivated by the beauty of their surroundings. The lush jungle stretched on either side, and the water was alive with fish and aquatic plants. However, their awe quickly turned to fear as the raft rocked violently, jostled by something lurking beneath the surface. Varric, the curious Tentulian, peered over the edge and gasped. "Anaconda!" he shouted, his eyes wide with terror. The massive snake emerged, its thick body wrapping around the raft with surprising speed. The students panicked, but Captain Zara remained calm. "Stay back," she ordered, drawing her plasma pistol. She fired at the snake, but the creature was relentless, squeezing the raft with its powerful coils. The students fought bravely, using their tools to fend off the snake, but the raft was unstable, and the river's current was unforgiving. As the struggle intensified, the raft began to break apart. The students scrambled, trying to hold on as the river threatened to swallow them. In a tense moment, Laura lost her footing and fell into the water. "Help!" she cried, struggling against the current. Without hesitation, Varric dove in after her, his powerful Tentulian limbs propelling him through the water. He reached Laura and pulled her to safety, but the river's current was strong, and they were quickly swept away from the raft. Captain Zara acted quickly, firing her flare gun to scare off the anaconda and rally the students. "Grab onto the wreckage," she commanded, pulling the remaining students onto what was left of the raft. They floated down the river, exhausted but alive. The river eventually calmed, and the students found themselves on a sandy bank, battered but safe. Laura and Varric were downstream, clinging to a piece of driftwood. The team reunited, and Captain Zara hugged them tightly. "You were brave and quick-thinking," she praised, "but this is a reminder of how dangerous Earth can be." The students nodded, their faces reflecting a mix of relief and fear. They had faced one of Earth's greatest dangers and survived, but they knew the river had tested their limits. As they gathered on the riverbank, the students reflected on their journey. They were stronger, wiser, and more cautious. They understood now why Earth was called a Deathworld. It was a place where danger lurked around every corner, and survival required courage, intelligence, and a bit of luck. Captain Zara, ever the leader, rallied her team. "We faced predators, storms, and a dangerous river," she said, her voice filled with pride. "But we've also seen the beauty and resilience of this planet. We must continue our mission with respect and caution. This death world is teaching us valuable lessons, and we must be prepared for whatever comes next." The students agreed, their spirits renewed. They had faced the river of doom and emerged stronger for it. The adventure was far from over, and they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead on this legendary death world. After surviving the treacherous crossing of the Amazon River, the students aboard the GSF Curiosity were eager for their next adventure. With renewed courage and hardened resolve, they set their sights on a vastly different part of Earth, the arid and unforgiving Atacama Desert. The contrast from the dense, wet jungle to the stark, dry desert was staggering, and the students prepared themselves for a new set of challenges. Captain Zara stood before the group, her antennae twitching as she surveyed the desert landscape. "The Atacama is one of the driest places on Earth," she began, her voice commanding yet encouraging. "We need to be mindful of the extreme conditions here. Hydration and shelter are our top priorities." The students nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. The sun was already blazing overhead, and the desert stretched before them like an endless expanse of sand and rocks. Laura, the tech-savvy Elthian, scanned the area with her equipment. "Captain, the temperature is rising rapidly," she reported, her brow furrowed with concern. "We need to find shade soon." With supplies in hand, the team set off into the desert, their steps crunching on the parched ground. The heat was relentless, and the sun beat down mercilessly, draining their energy. The students quickly realized that the desert was as formidable as the jungle, but in different ways. Varric, the curious Tentulian, marveled at the sparse vegetation and the occasional lizard darting across the sand. "This place feels like another world," he said, his voice tinged with awe. As they trekked deeper into the desert, the students began to feel the effects of the harsh conditions. The sun was unrelenting, and their water supplies dwindled. They came across a narrow canyon that offered a semblance of shade, and Captain Zara decided to set up a temporary camp. "We need to ration our water and rest here for a while," she instructed, her voice firm but caring. The students nodded, grateful for the reprieve. The canyon provided some relief from the heat, and the students huddled together, sharing what little water they had left. As they rested, a new threat emerged. Varek, exploring the area, inadvertently disturbed a colony of venomous scorpions. The creatures, agitated by the intrusion, swarmed toward the group. The students scrambled, trying to avoid the snapping pincers and venomous stingers. Varek cried out as a scorpion latched onto his leg. The team quickly sprang into action, using their advanced tools to fend off the creatures. Laura used her scanning equipment to identify the venom, while Captain Zara applied a specialized antidote from their medical kit. The incident left the students shaken, but unharmed. "This desert is unforgiving," Captain Zara said, her voice serious. "We must be more careful. Earth's dangers are everywhere." With the scorpion threat neutralized, the group moved on, determined to find a safer location. The desert stretched on endlessly, and the heat was relentless. As they trudged through the sand, the students realized the true extent of Earth's harshness. The sun began to set, and the desert transformed into a chilling landscape. The students, now cold and weary, stumbled upon a small oasis. The sight of water and greenery was a welcome relief, and they eagerly drank from the clear pool, grateful for the unexpected reprieve. As they settled in for the night, the desert sky filled with stars, a breathtaking sight that reminded the students of the beauty amidst the danger. "This place is incredible," Varek said, his voice filled with wonder. "It's dangerous, but also amazing." Captain Zara smiled, her antennae twitching. "That's the essence of Earth," she said, her voice reflective. "It's a place of extremes, where survival requires respect and adaptability." The next day the students awoke to a blazing sun and a renewed sense of determination. They had faced the desert's dangers and survived. They packed up their camp and continued their journey, knowing that Earth was a place of relentless challenges and remarkable beauty. As they traveled through the desert, they encountered more unique wildlife, from darting geckos to soaring hawks. The students were in awe of the resilience of life in such a harsh environment. They realized that survival on a Deathworld like Earth required not only courage and intelligence, but also a deep respect for the land and its inhabitants. The desert had tested their limits, but the students emerged stronger, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. They understood now why Earth was called a Deathworld. It was a place where danger and beauty coexisted, where survival demanded respect and adaptability, and they were determined to face whatever came next on this legendary planet. Leaving the blistering heat of the Atacama Desert behind, the students of the GSF Curiosity prepared for a new environment, the frozen expanses of the Arctic. After enduring the sun-scorched desert, the shift to sub-zero temperatures was a jarring yet exciting prospect for the adventurous crew. The contrast of Earth's diverse ecosystems continued to both fascinate and challenge them. Captain Zara, ever the diligent leader, briefed the students on the unique dangers of the Arctic. "The Arctic is a vast frozen wilderness," she explained, her antennae twitching in the cold air. "Hypothermia, blizzards and predators are our main concerns. We need to stay close and watch out for each other." The students donned their specially designed thermal suits, which protected them from the extreme cold while allowing for flexibility. Laura, the Elthian tech enthusiast, adjusted her equipment to withstand the freezing temperatures, while Varek, the curious Tentulian, eagerly scanned the horizon for signs of life. The group set off into the white wilderness, their steps crunching on the snow. The Arctic was a desolate landscape, with ice and snow stretching as far as the eye could see. The students were immediately struck by the stark beauty of the place, with its snow-covered mountains and shimmering icebergs. As they trekked across the frozen terrain, the group encountered a variety of Arctic wildlife. They marveled at the sight of seals basking on ice floes and the occasional Arctic fox darting across the snow. However, the peace was short-lived as they encountered one of Earth's most formidable predators, the polar bear. The massive bear, curious yet cautious, approached the group. The students, awed and terrified, stood frozen as the bear sniffed the air, sensing the newcomers. Captain Zara, calm and composed, slowly raised her flare gun. "Stay still," she whispered, her voice tense. "We don't want to provoke it." The bear, sensing the group's presence, roared loudly, its massive frame towering over the students. The ground shook as the bear stomped closer, and the students prepared for the worst. But Captain Zara, quick thinking as always, fired the flare, startling the bear and sending it lumbering away. The students breathed a sigh of relief, their hearts pounding. "That was close," Varric murmured, his voice shaking. "I didn't realize how dangerous the Arctic could be." "Every part of Earth has its dangers," Captain Zara replied, her voice firm but reassuring. "We must always be prepared." Continuing their journey, the students faced a new challenge, a sudden blizzard. The wind howled and snow whipped around them, reducing visibility to almost nothing. The students struggled against the elements, huddling together for warmth and support. "Stay close," Captain Zara ordered, her voice barely audible over the storm. "We need to find shelter." Through the blinding snow, they spotted an ice cave, and the group quickly took refuge inside. The cave offered a temporary haven from the storm, but as they settled in, they noticed the unstable structure of the ice. The cave began to collapse, and the students scrambled to escape. In the chaos, Laura slipped, and the ice above her cracked ominously. Varric, reacting instinctively, pulled her to safety, just as the cave collapsed behind them. The group, shaken but unharmed, stumbled out into the blizzard, grateful for their narrow escape. The storm eventually passed, and the group found themselves in a serene Arctic landscape, the snow sparkling under the clear blue sky. The students, exhausted and cold, set up a temporary camp and huddled together for warmth. "The Arctic is beautiful, but it's also deadly," Laura said, her voice reflective. "We have to respect this environment if we want to survive." Captain Zara nodded, her expression thoughtful. "Every part of Earth is unique and dangerous in its own way," she said. "We've faced predators, storms, and freezing temperatures, but we've also seen incredible beauty and resilience. This planet is a death world, but it's also a place of wonder." The students agreed, their faces reflecting a mix of awe and respect. They understood now why Earth was called a death world. It was a place of extremes, where survival required courage, intelligence, and adaptability. As they settled in for the night, the Arctic sky filled with the vibrant colors of the northern lights, a breathtaking display that reminded the students of the beauty amidst the danger. They knew that the challenges on Earth were far from over, but they were ready to face whatever came next on this legendary planet. With renewed determination and a deeper understanding of Earth's unique environments, the students looked forward to their next adventure, eager to explore more of this remarkable death world. After experiencing the harsh, unforgiving Arctic, the students of the GSF Curiosity were excited to explore a different side of Earth, the urban jungle of a bustling human city. The contrast from the frozen wilderness to the vibrant chaos of a metropolis intrigued the adventurous group. The cityscape, a forest of steel and glass, presented a new set of challenges and opportunities. Captain Zara stood at the helm of the ship, her eyes scanning the skyline of the city below. "This is a different kind of wilderness," she said, her voice firm but excited. "In the urban jungle, the threats are less obvious but just as dangerous. Stay close and be aware of your surroundings." The students nodded, a mix of anticipation and caution on their faces. They had faced Earth's natural predators and extreme environments, but now they were about to encounter the complexities of human civilization. As the group descended into the city, they were immediately struck by the sensory overload. The sights, sounds, and smells of the metropolis assaulted their senses. Neon lights flashed, cars honked, and the air was thick with the smell of street food and exhaust fumes. Laura, the tech-savvy Elthian, activated her scanning equipment, marveling at the density of the population. "This place is incredible," she said, her voice filled with awe. "So many people, so much technology.